Thriving in an environment that was meant to kill your ass. Okay, so we all know the terms like you can't heal while you're in a toxic environment, right? Um, and that's very freaking true. There's certain things in my life within me that I will not be able to reach as easily as someone that does not have that same environment, right? So environment can mean many things. It doesn't have to necessarily be even a physical thing. Um, it can be a mental thing, right? It can be an emotional thing. It can be environmental. It can be um, financial, um, education, you know, spiritual, indefinitely. I'm very big on that. Spiritually, if you're in a very bad environment that does not nurture um, spiritual growth, it's really hard for you to navigate life. It's really hard for you to achieve the goals that God put you on this earth to do. So God will make it a way. Will make it so that if something is going to hinder you, He will take it away, right? But also, God is a gentleman, and if you say I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, then God is just like, okay. Like, He's not gonna force people. He's not gonna force you. So until you really, really want it. So I myself, I don't know everybody's situation. I really don't know. I know my situation. Years before I went through the epiphanies of just finally just letting go and was just giving everything to God and just like, please fix this, right? I wasn't in the right mindset for growth, right? The mentality I have now compared to what it was 5 years ago, um, 4 years ago, shit, 2 years ago, shit, a day ago. We really look at this journey, right? It's been like what? It's been like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. Um, when I was going through something very, very heavy. So within that course, before those 4 or 5 years hit, I was definitely not, I was literally thinking that this is supposed to be my life. This is what it is, right? There is no better, right? The only betterment I can do is go from this stage to that stage. Like at that point in time, before I did not attend college, like 6 7 years ago, I would okay. Let me see. I would say 7 years ago, I wasn't in college, and it was like one of the most biggest fears for me. It was just like, oh my gosh, I'm starting college when I'm supposed to start this when I was like 18. I'm gonna be the oldest person in there. I'm not gonna know anything, and I'm gonna fail every class because like I'm not smart, right? Thinking all type of stuff, right? I'm gonna fail everything. I forgot everything. I forgot everything from high school. I don't know. So that was like my biggest fear, right? People are gonna walk into class and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're like 100 years old. What are you doing here?" I'm like 17, 18, right? So that hindered me a lot, and that mindset of automatically just shutting down my potential, shutting down my expectation of me excelling. That is a toxic ass fucking environment, right? And it took everything in me to get into school. And the crazy part about it is that I'm so grateful that I went to school, because I actually got to know some really dope ass people, like people I've actually interacted with even after college, right? Like still like was able to do like a few projects with people that I knew in college. Um, and that's wild. That's wild to me, because usually like college, okay, you have your college friends and stuff like that, and some people have college friends and they stay there for life, and some people go to college and don't make any friends, barely any, and it's just a moment in time, and their friends are like work colleagues or something like that. But to have that connection with people, be like, yeah, I knew you for fucking like a few years now. What the fuck? Like, it's wild. That's something that's I wouldn't be able to accomplish what I accomplished without having to have gone to school, right? God nudged me to go to school, which was like, yo, you can do this, go to school. And everything that I learned in school, I'm using it to this damn day. I didn't know about freaking synapse and dendrites and neuroplasticity and none of that stuff until I went to school. Like, I didn't know anything, right? I won't say anything, but I didn't know a lot. Political science, philosophy, sociology, those type of things. It's just like, wow, these things are like sub-level of sub-levels, right? But you have to know that even though you're in a bad environment, right? Say, whether it's mental or whether it's like the friends that you're keeping, whether it is where you live or what you're eating, right? Your body's in a bad fucking environment, right? And I say this to be like, how could eating be a bad environment? Well, if you live in a let's say urban sprawling, right? Urban sprawling, what it pretty much is it goes by tax bracket. And what happens is that is a tendency that people that live within a higher tax bracket, they have the money to pay for mortgages and college funds, like have college savings and stuff like that, right? Though that type of suburban type living, that pay, they tended to live on the outer skirts of the inner city. The inner city was more urban, so it's more, you see a lot more programs to help people financially, right? So there's a lot of like assistant like programs within inner city groups, right? YMCAs, there's welfare, there's all type of stuff, right? And things that are in a higher tax bracket tend to be more on the outskirts. It's more suburban. So urban sprawling is, as you look at the pretty much the living, the grid of how, population wise, judging by tax bracket, it's like a ring. The inner rings are lower tax bracket, people that live within lower tax brackets, and the outer rings, which is a wider ring, they tend to be more on the outskirts, going closer out to the state's boundaries, right? And those are like very, very nice houses, and the streets are very, very clean, and it's a lot more wildlife, and the schools are better, and sanitation is like, it's everything is just a whole lot better. But that's what urban sprawling is. And the bigger the population gets, the more that you will see this ring get bigger and bigger and wider, right? And it spreads further out from the city, right? The circumference from the city. So hopefully I described this correctly. But when I say food, if you are living in a city and you live within the means of a smaller tax bracket, the things that are around you, you're not going to get farmers market type restaurants everywhere you go, because organic food costs more. Fresher food, like, grass fed, those type of healthier options, they cost more to prepare. Plus, on top of that, preservation life, right? I went vegan, so my food literally goes bad fairly quickly, a whole lot quicker than it used to when I was buying foods with a shit ton of preservatives in it. And you don't notice really these things. Butter itself, okay? I'm a butter person, but I'm not like, oh my god, put butter in everything. I'm not, but I have noticed I buy butter frequently, and not because I go and I use a lot of butter, but because my butter goes bad faster, because there's not as much preservatives anymore in it. My vegetables, I either you're gonna have to throw everything together and make a pasta, or make a sauce, or make a soup, or salad or something, because my vegetables will go bad very quickly within a blink of an eye. So these things cost more to prepare, and they cost more to maintain. So people can't afford those dishes, because when you really break it down to the cents, right? The nickels and the dimes, the pennies, it costs a lot more to serve these type of meals. This type of money, I can't afford. I cannot afford good quality food. And where I live, there is a lot of freaking fast food joints. There's a lot of preserved type foods around me. And that is what I can afford. I can afford $2 sandwiches. I can afford a $5 sandwich. But I can't afford $15 sandwich or $20 sandwich. When I see those prices, I think of Manhattan. I think of those are Manhattan prices. Those are city prices. Now imagine eating city prices every day. And my tax bracket does not fit within that quota. I cannot eat like that every day. I have to cook. And I have to buy things in bargain. Like, I can't just be like, starting out purchasing vegan, I literally spent almost $500. Literally. Getting just to get all of the essentials so I can pivot and make certain kind of recipes. I have I still have some red wine vinegar. I still have some mayo. I still have this in the cupboard. Something. So it's crazy. But because of my tax bracket, I'm not able to feed myself nutritious foods the way other people can. So there's a lot more farmers markets on the outskirts of New York rather than inner city. Yes, there are farmers markets within inner city, but they're not outside every day. They're not outside all the time. I have to catch them once a week, in order for me to, get gluten-free. And my body can't take certain things, right? My kidneys can't take certain things and other things. So everything's interconnected, right? So it's just if your kidneys is a little shitty, something else inside your body is linked to it. It's just cause and effect to some things, right? You gotta do a whole body check at times. So if you're fixing this, make sure you fix that too, because it defeats the purpose, right? So there's certain things that's just I kind of stay away from, because it has a lot of preservatives in it. Preservatives ain't no good. My body's not going to be able to process all that all the damn time. I'm beating my body up. So I cannot thrive eating McDonald's, even though that's what I can afford. That doesn't mean that I'm going to thrive. Yeah, I ate something, but that doesn't mean that my body's going to be optimum health. No, my body's going to be fucking depleting, dying. Anybody eats McDonald's every single day, you're going to get sick, yo. Seriously, You're not headed on a healthier path, right, of maintaining your organs. So, and we all know this. And I'm not trying to shit on McDonald's. I love McDonald's. Oh my god, your fries is fucking wonderful. But I can't have you every day, and you know I can't have you every day. So it is what it is, right? Give me a carrot, shit. Give me some cabbage and some shit, some spinach. Right? Please do not give me a McDouble, because I can't eat that every day, right? So you're putting yourself. I can't even say you're putting yourself, because sometimes it's out of your control. Sometimes you're born into a certain tax bracket. It is not your fault, right? Now, what you do in trying to get out of the tax bracket, yeah, that's on you. That is your responsibility to improve yourself. But initially, it is not your fault, right? Especially looking down the years of American history, African American history, we have not had a silver spoon at all, in a lot of points of our lives. But are we slowly climbing ourselves out? Are we quickly climbing ourselves out, right? And that goes for every race. How are we progressing as a human race? We're excelling very fast within a lot of things. And there's some things that are very, very quietly swept beneath the rug still to this day. So it's just like I commend all people that are really fighting against the grain to excel, just to be better. So when you're in a toxic environment, if I keep eating within my tax bracket, if I keep eating McDonald's, right, my kidneys are not going to get better. That's for sure. They will keep declining. I have to make an effort, a proactive effort, to make sure that I am progressing into the positive, so this way I can thrive. So how do you thrive when your environment is not giving top tier? Mindset shift. Your mindset. You have to be willing. And that is what kind of God does. That's like God does that for you. You have to be willing for it, because it all looks sweet. It's all, it looks nice and dandy. But if you're not ready for that mindset, are you not ready to leap into that mindset, it's going to be a shit ton harder. And you're going to be looking for answers that you can't find. Before looking at everything, I wasn't even thinking about going vegan. This is like an epiphany that's just like recent. But before that, I was, at one point in time, I didn't know what was going on with my body, right? Because it was just like, you're kind of young. What's going on? Like, no one's going to think kidney disease, no one's going to think like, whatever else. People are just going to be like, I'm just bewildered as much as you are. And I'm stuck in bewilderment, which is not necessarily conducive for growth, right? To be stuck in a fog and looking for, I literally was going through the same cycles, and that literally is the definition of insanity, going through the same freaking cycles expecting change. No change was ever going to happen. Something had to give. So the pivotal point, my catalyst, as much as you want to say, my catalyst was when I finally just gave the fuck up. I was just like, God, take it away. Like you're my only hope. Like, take this shit away. I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. I don't know what to do. And God's just like, you didn't try everything, sweetie. You ain't try me. So, when I gave it, complete mindset shifts, right? And for me, it didn't happen instantly. Me giving it, yeah, that was something that was just, it was a faster process for me to give it, right? But if you really look at it if you're adding in all the years of my life, it literally took over 30 years for me to give it away, for me to give it to God. 30 years. That's wild. That's wild. So the crazy part about God is that he does it instantly, but we align ourselves so this way we can receive it. So it's almost like, the term of overnight success, but it's really not overnight success. This is years in the making. This is a lot of long nights and burning the midnight oils. So God will give you that overnight success, and he will have a date of the overnight success. It's December 16th, right? Random date, December 16th. And what happens is that you align yourself. So you do all the things that he tells you to do. So this way, when December 16th comes, you're in full alignment of the due date. That's when your baby's going to be born. Da-da-da-da. Congratulations, it's a boy. Right? Or congratulations, it's a girl. It's a little girl. And what happens is that we think that that's where patience come into play, right? Oh my God, you said you were going to do this for me. You said you gave me a promise and it didn't happen. It's like, well, you're not aligning yourself, mama. You have to pretty much get yourself in alignment. And at that point, it's not God, it's you. You are hindering your blessing because you're not being obedient. And that is also another mindset shift. To be obedient, to be in obedience is a mindset shift. I don't care what nobody tells. No one says. That shit is a mindset shift. And God knows, like, you're not ready for X, Y, and Z. Right? He knows when you are ready. He knows when you're not. And he has to mature you into that shit. So it's just like, you can cry all day, all night, all you want. But if you ain't ready, you ain't ready. Straight up. You have to confront yourself and ask yourself, am I ready? And even if you say that you are ready, you ain't ready. Because if you was ready, God would have gave it to you just now. But he didn't. He didn't. So obviously somewhere in the mix, you ain't ready. It's obviously in the mix, I was not ready at that particular time, right? Because I was just like, God, I'm going to win the lotto. Let's win the lotto. And God was just like, you ain't ready, sweetie. You ain't ready. You sitting here buying dumb shit. You ain't nowhere ready. Because what I need you to do, your mind is not even thinking along those planes yet. And I literally had to go through the, oh my gosh, God healed me. I want to help heal other people. I had to go through that whole thing. And in order for me to go through that, I had to be healed, right? I had to get to the epiphany of being healed. Like, oh shit, I'm healed. Oh my God, I want this for other people. If I would have gave you fucking $60 million before, your ass is not thinking about being healed. You're just going to be a hurt puppy walking through life with 60 mil, right? 60 mil still being fucking sad because you're in a bad fucking environment. You're still in a toxic mindset. You're still in a toxic area. You're still in a toxic, you're eating toxicity. Like, you're around toxic people. Like, you have to be, really mindful, right? Your friends can be extremely fucking toxic. You have to know when God is ready for you to do something, you're ready. And he gives you that time to be, he's very much a gentleman and be like, you know what, are you going to take the jump? You're ready for this. You're ready for this stage. Jump. And it comes up to the point where you have to say, I'm going to go to school despite how the fuck I feel. Right? I'm going to go to school even though I'm going to be the oldest one in the classroom. I'm going to go to school even though I fucking forgot fucking remedial ass math. Like, you're still going to go. How obedient are you? Because the next phase, what happens when you are obedient, could be the biggest blessing that you ever fucking had. It could be the biggest, like, oh shit, I'm finally aligned. Oh my God, the promise is here. That's the wildest part. You never know when the promise is here. It's literally, you walk into overnight success. It's wild. I literally cried. I want to be vindicated. People were thinking that I'm one way and I'm really not. God, please help me. And he's just like, okay, done. I got you. You sis. Okay, bro, I got you, bro. Okay, I see you got me, bro. Don't worry. And then 10 days later, God, you said you was going to do it. What happened? These people still, they still think I'm one way. I did not tell you I got you, sis? Yeah, you told me, okay, don't worry, I got you. And then I had to come to the realize of not having do not have expectation of God's time frame. Have expectations that God is going to do it. Oh yeah, for sure. When God says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. Believe it. Believe it. But having the time frame, well, God said he was going to do it, but I don't see it. Did he say he's going to do it on a day? Tomorrow? Oh, he didn't. You put words in his mouth. Oh, see, no one likes when you put words in their mouth. Period. How many times have you said something, right? You had a conversation with somebody, and that other person goes around and tells somebody else some shit that you didn't even say, right? You gonna feel some type of way, right? Thank God is not petty. You gonna feel some type of way, and you gonna be like, let me walk into this conversation. I didn't say that. You want to defend yourself. I didn't say that. What I said was da. And the other person's just like, oh, I could have sworn you said that. No, I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. Get your name out my mouth. Get your name out your mouth. Because you're real quick to do that, right? So what do we look like when we say, well, God said he was going to do the promise, but he never did. I never said I was going to do it tomorrow. You want some real rushy shit, and you lying on me. But because, I'm that guy, or I'm that girl, I'm a forgiving person, and I'm a promise keeper, I'm still going to do it. Okay, you still going to do it? Yeah, but humble yourself. Fix your face. Real quick, fix your face. Stop it. And hello, you have to really look at it and be like, you're kind of right. You're kind of right. You can't even say kind of right. You're right. I'm wrong because you didn't say that. And I'm literally putting words in your mouth, and I'm making you look like you crazy, and I'm the one that's bugging, right? I'm bugging out of control. Yeah, you are bugging, but it's all good. Just humble yourself. Keep, have several seats. Shut the hell up. When I say I'll do it, I'll do it. And that's it. But you have to realize also, take a SWOT analysis of your life. Are you in a toxic ass environment? Are you in a toxic ass mindset? Because if God gives you what he tells you he's going to give you, are you going to fuck it up because you have a toxic mindset? Sometimes you have to go through a detox. It's not just like food wise. Sometimes you have to have a friend detox. What you're listening to, what you're reading, what you judge. Oh my gosh, I wish people, oh God, judging detox should be like the topmost thing. Detox yourself from judging. Chill. Have a seat. You judge way too much. You're like gonna fucking keel over. That shit, you gotta really assess, like, okay, if God's not giving it, if I have not seen it, maybe there's something going on with me. There's something, like, my son wants a fucking iPhone. Doesn't mean I'm gonna give it to him. He be fucking throwing his toys and stuff whenever he feel like it. He be throwing stuff when he mad. I'm like, you ain't gonna be throwing no iPhone. Oh no, sweetheart. I don't have an iPhone, okay? You're not doing that. So when he gets an iPhone, is when I know that he's ready for an iPhone. Because it's like a waste. It's a waste. Me spending my hard-earned fucking money on something that he's going to throw. Hell no. You ain't breaking the shit I'm going to give you. I'm giving you something nice. You ain't going to break this shit. I spent way too much hard work acquiring this thing. You going to sit the hell down. And you're going to soak until you realize, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to have it yet because I ain't ready for it. Okay, you ain't ready for, thank you. Now we can go to work, because now you know, okay, I gotta do more work before I get to this point. you're more willing, you're more susceptible to saying, I'm willing to put in the work because now I see everything in perspective. I know that I'm not at the doorstep yet. And God will tell you what you're missing. All you gotta do is like, okay, God, I'm asking for wisdom. God will talk to you. We asking the wrong questions. I was literally asking, how come I'm not vindicated? Well, you have to learn how to have tough skin. And right now, you ain't got tough skin. You thin as paper. You don't want to be vindicated. So tomorrow someone's gonna say X, Y, and Z, right? And how you gonna feel? You gonna be okay with that? No. Okay then. So it doesn't matter if I vindicate you or not. How is your mindset? Because even if it was something else, you're gonna destroy it with your mouth. There you go. And I had to literally learn. Some things just have to roll down your back, man. Some things have to be like, ha ha ha, wow, okay. And let it go. Keep it moving. And that's when, oh shit, she really not this way? No, I really wasn't. Wow. That's something, it's just, it's what it is. And there's certain things that I really, 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 really want. And I'm like, God, please, I really want this. And God's just like, you ain't ready for this shit. Have a seat. You ain't ready. I had to know. I just had to know it. But look what's around you. Because sometimes you are ready for the shit. Sometimes you fully ready. And you don't even realize. And God is trying to prune your ass so this way it makes room for that growth that you right there. You're right there. But because you're around a whole bunch of fucking weeds, your ass ain't gonna grow. He's just like, yo, get rid of the fucking weeds, man. You about to fucking skyrocket right now. Yeah, but I like my weeds. My weeds they're my friends. I know it for so long. Stop it. They're not your friends. They're not your friends. And God is a gentleman. Because it's a test. Are you going to believe God? Are you going to put your faith in God? Okay, alright. I'll let go of the weeds. Wow. I didn't even know there was like a top floor. Yeah, bro. And it gets even higher. Look what I do tomorrow. Or are you going to be like, yeah, I didn't let go of the weeds because, I know them for like 10 years. Okay, well, stay down here. Bye. I'll see you when I come back. Where you going? I got to go address the blessing that was up there. Because you were supposed to meet the blessing up here. But you never made it. So now I got to work with you later on. I'm still here for everyday shit, but for this mission, this particular mission, we're going to have to swing back around for you. Because the show goes on. The show goes on. That's how God plays, man. And it would be like blessings that you miss. And he'd be leaving blessings on the table. And it'd be like, I want all my blessings. I want all of them. Right? It'd be certain ones that'd be like, I really, really wanted that one, though. I really wanted that one. Well, you should have listened. We all do it, man. We all do it. There's so many times where it's just like certain blessings I know I missed. And it's just like, it hurts. That hurts. It really does. Because it just be like, damn, son, I really wanted that one. And God is just like, oh, yeah. And sometimes God is very merciful. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm still going to give it to her. But I'm going to give it to her 5 years from now. I like her. You never know. But wouldn't it be like bomb shit? You have to worry about that shit no more. You get it right now. I'm like, I want this shit right now. I won't wait 5 years. Well, that was up to you. When are you going to grow? You know? But really look at the environment that you're in. Look at the toxicities in your environment. Is it what you're consuming? Is it who you're around? Is it where you dwell? Is it what you're whatever it is? Do a SWOT analysis. Some things are not your fault. Like I said, urban sprawling is a real thing. Redlining is a real thing. Um, wealth gap. The wealth gap is a real thing. Some things are not in your control. Chattel slavery itself was not in our control, right? And yeah, God knows this, and God knows it's like, yo, I'm gonna bring you out this shit, yo. I really am, and I'm gonna bring it out when you are ready, when everything is aligned. So when it does happen, it's gonna look like an overnight damn success. Everyone's gonna be thinking like, oh my God. Now you know, like, now you hot, they all on you. Be like, oh shit, but you know, it's one of those type of things. Thank God in advance. Thank God. I thank you, God, in advance for everything that's not left on this table. I want everything on the table.